line of landmines.
Oh my God.
It's terrible.
I was gonna say, Chicken. Shouldn't he try NixOS then?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one.
Hey, Chicken, when you mentioned homebrew, is that the same homebrew that you used to be able to put on a Nintendo Wii?
No, that is a different homebrew, but I love that one too.
Homebrew.
What's the NixOS? They use the snaps and stuff.
They have their own package management system.
Oh, okay.
It is very unique to in and of itself.
Yep.
It's wonderful though, by the way. Like I might add, like I think it's a really good package system, but nobody's ever going to use it. So,
Well, it's very
Distro that uses the casting of spells or whatever it is to get. There's one that the package manager is like viewed as casting builds instead of installing.
I think Magia, has a you call it the instead of factory or whatever they call it, cauldron.
Yeah, it's their factory or instruction. They're RPM based.
If you're talking about casting of spells, you're really talking about i3.
well, I was going to say instead of Hannah Montana Linux, it's Sabrina the Teenage Witch Linux.
Oh, is that the old one or the new one or the animated one?
Probably the old one. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, the new one with all the weird witchcraft stuff that's on Netflix.
Hey, Chicken, I'm curious, is there an advantage to using? You asked, I was wondering, have you noticed there's any advantage in using a custom homebrew or anything like that over?
I'm not entirely sure yet. So I noticed that on the site they did mention that like it's fully supported like for Linux and like it works there. And one of the cool things that I've seen is that you kind of install packages per user. So like the things you do don't affect the system. But I'm still kind of new to it, so I'm not really sure what benefit it's giving me. It's just really nice to see how like easy it was to set up a separate package manager.
Yeah, it's a cool idea. I'm gonna check it out.
The distro I was looking for was Source Mage.
Source Mage. You shall not install.
We are live, guys.
We are not as of yet that I know of.
Yeah, we are.
No, Rocco, get with the times.
Are we?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah, I don't see it. So
Yeah, it came up.
I'm showing it's offline.
My bandwidth.
No.
Oh.
Did you refresh?
Okay, and now to test the theory, I'll resume my talk about OpenSUSE and see the crash.
Well, we're down to like 9 watchers, and that's probably all of us here.
13 watchers.
So it's because it's
15. They're coming back up. Yep.
Yep, the fourth one's up. It's up.
Anyway,
You want to?
so I'll resume my babbling now.
So are we live or are we not live?
Yes, we are.
We should
I
be.
believe we are.
We should be.
All right.
Okay, so getting back to
I don't know for how long.
I installed OpenSUSE on this Razer laptop because it's okay.
So the audio is live, but the image is frozen, according to Mark Reeves.
Oh.
Hey, as long as they can hear,
It's frozen.
it don't matter.
I'm a photographer. Everything I should
That part doesn't matter.
Now you've experienced the on location recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On location, off location. Look, the normal stream will be back next week, and Dan has been pulling the rest of his hair out trying to fix this, so it's all good.
He's pulled so much out that he's actually
All right, so
the mine out.
So before we lose it again, I know we were talking about our favorite distros and stuff, but we do have to pick a distro for next week. So, suggestions.
Shut up.
Shut up.
I vote for
Any
another
suggestions?
Yeah, Rocco, how about that new Regolith?
I was going to say that Regolith Linux.
Regolith is
That's the guy with
Ubuntu.
What is Regolith?
It's an i3 based Ubuntu distro, and you can actually install it via PPA distro, and it's like an easy intro to i3.
It also will install on bare metal.
Really?
Yeah, but be careful what you use to burn the ISO image to USB. I ended up having to use Rufus on my wife's Windows PC in order to add a couple of missing files that needed to be bootable.
Then that doesn't count.
Well, I didn't write the
It does. It does count.
Oh, come on.
Because some of us are filthy dilbitters, Joe.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, and anytime I need to mangle an ISO, I automatically drop into Windows to use ISO magic because I can't find it on Linux. Then we'll do it as cleanly.
And just as another side note, for if hopefully we're still alive, just as a side note, because so many people are joining Biddle, there are 30 people on the Zoom chat right now, so you are unable to see everybody because Zoom actually puts it into pages then, so there's page 1 and page 2 of people, so we'll fix that too. But seriously, any other suggestions on distros besides Regolith?
I have one that's interesting, and I kind of talked about it last week. Was Nitrix? It's a basically a Ubuntu-based distro, but it also has a really heavy focus on
I literally
applications.
can't run with that.
Peter, you still have that list, Peter?
Oh, he's muted.
Do you know if we tried Nitrix before?
I don't remember ever trying that, Rocco.
I don't.
I thought we did.
Wait, I think.
All right.
But we haven't.
Any other
Michael
suggestions?
Yeah, I've
I
been
thought
using.
Michael would have leaned towards Antec Plasma that just came out.
That's what I was just about to suggest. That I've been trying the Antec Designs Deep in this week, and yes, he just uploaded a Plasma version, so that might be another option as well. It's got Deep in Plasma.
Well, the only thing that I would say about that, Colin, is that the last time we were going to try Antec's Deep In at one point, and he wasn't quite ready. He released it, but he wasn't quite ready for us to try it. So he said to hold off for a little bit. So I would want to get his thumbs up, basically, for us to try it before we try it, because maybe he's not.
What's that? Antec.
Antec.
Yeah, no, I think you'll find that Antec has had to abandon the Antec Deep In ISO because of problems that he was having trying to get it all put together. And he's actually going to be just now working upon a new and different Arch installer.
Oh.
Right. So we'll wait for the. I mean, we'll try it. It's definitely be on the list. All right. So we got Nitrix and we got Regolith. Any other options? Anybody wants to bring up?
Are you just going to ignore me here?
Well, yeah. Like I said, is there anybody that wants to throw any other options?
I would just like to point out, in regards to Regolith, so any of you guys who don't want to go back to 1804 and you guys are using a 1904, it does, or 1910? 1904, the PPA does support 1904, so like it's got all its fun stuff in there. So
nice. So basically, we could take and put the PPA on a regular stock Ubuntu and install it.
Mm-hmm. PPA, what is that? A poor man's AUR?
Wow, Dave! Wow.
Well done. Well done.
I'm just going to point
All right,
out that
so
we've got pages of people here, and there's not a prophetic, and so I feel obliged to put a total Puppy Linux. Just saying.
Here. I'm all about that. I second Kevin's motion
All right.
for Puppy Linux.
There it is.
Tonight.
Next.
So we have Nitrix and we have Regolith. What is it we want to try this week? Between the two of those.
Yeah, I'm not into i3, that's for sure. I'm not keen on trying i3.
You are capable of it.
You are capable of it, Colin.
I
guarantee you that.
Really?
But you may not want to.
Whether or not you want to spend the time, that's a different story.
Nitrix is also it's based on Plasma sort of, but it's heavily custom. So they basically forked it and called a Nomad desktop. That's what they put ship in Nitrix. So it's like a combination of elementary, Papa West, and Plasma. So it's a really interesting approach. But also the app images stuff is just like kind of innovative in how they focus on it.
If
Are there
they're
issues
mad,
with
are
installing
they
it?
happy?
Not really. No, I mean it depends on because it's Ubuntu based. You should be okay with it. There are some custom things that they have.
I thought they installed via like a new.
No. That's an option you can use, but it's not a requirement.
Because what isn't it? How is it that they pack the distro and the ISO or something? Like the way they do it's weird.
It's a compression thing.
Yeah.
Very good. ZXE deployment.
Well, on their
You can use it if
website,
you want to, and it makes it faster to deploy, but you don't have to do it.
on the Nitrix website, they say the operating system as a whole resides in a single file and directory on your device. So does that mean that you can just install it and leave everything else?
I don't know.
I was gonna say
I'm just asking. If I
this would
put it
be
that way.
this would be up more Michael's alley because I have no idea.
Rocco, could we make it just easy and say Fedora 30? Because everyone's going to argue about i3 and Nitrix. There we can just do it, and it's easy.
Well, here's the thing. I would love to say let's make it easy for everybody, but they do make a good point. They do make a good point about they had brought, some people have brought up Arch installs and some people have brought up Gen 2 installs previous weeks, and although that's not something that we want to it's not easy to do. If we want to be if we want to be somewhere where somebody goes to look for distros, as far as what does little groups think of this distro, then we more or less open to trying it all, at least. So I'm not saying we have to. I'm throwing it out there that if we just want to do it fun, that's fine too. But I think if we want to be open to everything, then we have to be open. If that makes any sense.
Well, since you gave me an in there, Rocco, about Arch, let me just recommend that you guys could try ArchFi as a tool to install Arch. It makes it much easier, and it provides you kind of like if you've ever used the installer I have, it provides that type of GUI for installing Arch.
What were you saying, Barb?
Do you not understand? Tell me.
No, he just said,
Ryan,
Barbara, and it's your show, not the Barbara show.
Ryan, last time you made an Arch recommendation, it did not go well for anybody.
It did not go well.
Oh, sure. I make one mistake, and you won't let me live it down.
Yeah.
It was such a mistake.
We could go for Endeavor on
Think
July
about
1st, which will be an
people
installer.
using something like Zen installer.
All right, so we have two options that people have brought up:
Arch,
Regolith and Nitrix. What would you like to try? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I'll try Nitrix.
I would try
Nitrix?
It's just so bizarre. I think
I'll throw in with Nitrix.
And they
right.
have a whole bunch of different. Oh no, that's different versions.
Let's go for Nitrix, Rocco.
Let's go with
I think
Nitrix.
that's the best.
All right.
Also, it's a
Let's do
novel
it.
approach. It really is a novel approach.
It is actually very unique, though. So
Yeah,
it's
and I think we should do it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
we've
so
been
let's do
doing
that.
all this, mainline.
It's as unique as Michael's hair.
Ooh.
Michael, you did a very good presentation. You got us all curious.
So Nitrix says it does not depend on the Debian package manager. That's what they say.
Yeah.
With app images.
Which is interesting. Yeah, app images. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's mostly app images. I think it does other. It's
By the way,
something else.
I'm chatting right now in
Sports does,
Telegram.
but it doesn't.
Joshua
It promotes app images.
Isaac, the guy who's running the Ubuntu Cinnamon project.
Is that a thing? Officially, or what?
Project?
Yeah. He's making a remix of Ubuntu Cinnamon.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
not.
also
It's not
going to be
a
called?
flavor, but it's the project.
It's not a flavor yet. It's a remix, so it's an independent project. But if Ubuntu likes it, it's a flavor.
But that's how Budgie started out, right?
That's how Budgie
Yeah,
starts.
the remix. Also, a bunch of Monte did well.
Yeah.
The main thing that they should do though is not until they become a flavor. They're going to change their name when they become a flavor because it's a requirement to be Ubuntu. Insert the name of the E. But right now there's no requirement, so it should be Cinnabuntu.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I love it.
Can't do Ubuntu.
Ubuntu.
Sounds bad to me.
By the smell.
Anyways, I'm chatting with him right now. We have a Telegram.
It's such a great opportunity. You don't want to miss it.
Okay, let me ask you a question about that. Let's have a little bit of a discussion about what would happen. Does that affect Linux Mint at all? If Ubuntu would pick up an official cinnamon flavor that is not Linux Mint,
would it hurt Mint? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. How does that affect? Yeah. How does that affect Linux Mint
And their user base.
It depends. I'm gonna say probably not much. It might hurt a little bit, but the same thing is Mint has its own branding approach that it's known by itself. So the cinnamon isn't really known. It's Mint's the thing that's known. So if people learn about cinnamon, they might try it, but you're probably going to get the latest updates with Mint. So it's possible that Ubuntu flavor might work, but I think that it would more be like people who don't want to use infrastructure and rather use the closer to Ubuntu structure would be the pick. Like for me, I think cinnamon is pretty good, but I don't really want to use Mint because I don't like the way they structure their build packaging and stuff. So
the goal is to run
Mint
cinnamon on
has
the
their
Ubuntu
fanatical
They
following,
have
such a
current test
large
version is actually on Disco.
user base. How much dirt is thrown at them, how much criticism. They won't be hurt, I don't think, by Ubuntu.
Well, just so you know, we're kind of talking over each other because it's hard to hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Just so everybody knows what's going on. I don't think that would hurt Linux Mint at all, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd like to hear what everybody else thinks about it, but I don't think it would affect them at all because I don't think you're going to have Linux Mint users.
Joshua's in the YouTube chat room answering questions.
I don't have the YouTube chat up, so I can't. Carlos, what were you going to say about it anyway?
Well, no, it was the project is basically to run cinnamon on the Ubuntu cadence instead of the Mint's LTS to LTS cadence. So that you like, for example, the current version that Joshua is working on is based off of 1904, and he's hoping to have it straightened out maybe by the time 1910 runs along and push it to 1910.
Well, that would be awesome if Joshua would come on to Biddle on a week that we would be trying it and talk about it. That would be great.
Yeah,
we will add it to the list.
Listening to the stream right now, so.
Well, what I'm saying is we would take a week where we would use that as the distribution to try, and then the following week he could come on a Saturday and we could give him the feedback from everybody.
Okay, that's fantastic.
Any other you guys have any opinions on that?
No, we'll put it on the list. I think that's an excellent idea. But Colin's got something.
No, I just wanted to know what was the link for this Cinnamon Ubuntu. Have we got a link for it?
He's working on getting all that straightened out right now.
Okay, sure.
There's the naming and so ultimately it would be Ubuntu Cinnamon, but like I said, he's working on the naming of the remix.
Okay.
So like I said, he's on the YouTube channel chatting there, so he might be able to answer those questions better than I can. I'm just
Chatting Bear. Chatting Bear. Okay, no worries.
All right. So we're Nitrix was the choice there, right, Rocco?
Nitrix is the choice for this week. Yes.
All right. Just want to verify that.
Does anybody else want to chime in on the Linux Mint versus like the Ubuntu? How that would affect?
I mean, there's going to be less stigma toward the new spin of Ubuntu. It does become Linux Mint still have that history of its security woes.
But that has nothing to do with itself. That was one hack in their website that was a poor password.
No, that's not necessarily what. I don't know if he's referring to that or not, but there are some technical issues that Mint does on purpose that have negative connotations, but are not that important and are not hit by most people. Most people don't notice these certain priority packages system that they have. they have an issue where their packages have higher priority than PPAs. So when you install a PPA, you try to install something,
that's true.
Mint will overtake it. So there's issues like that, and some people are concerned about Mint in those cases. But for the vast majority of people aren't aware of those things and don't care. So it's not going to hurt it. The Mint, that project would be totally fine. I mean, it may be a small percentage, less than 1%, are aware of that thing and might be interested in it. But for most people who are aware, have already switched to something else
or avoided it entirely.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
My opinion on that is, I think it's a good thing because it's going to bring more attention to the Cinnamon desktop environment, which will probably get more support their way, which is, and will help them feel better about themselves, especially, that their project is being appreciated. So I think that's that's my take on that.
Okay. Yeah. Hey,
I mean, cinnamon is used by a lot of places, so the Mint team are aware that cinnamon is just a good thing.
Wait, is that everybody else?
Yeah, go ahead, Colin.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to say much. I was just pointing out, am I getting muted or anything like that? Or
No.
No.
You haven't been muted.
No, you're fine.
Nope.
Okay. I think they just muted on their end just to reduce the conference noise. Again, I'm sort of been avoiding stuff outside of Ubuntu just now. I might venture across somewhere. I did experiment with Bunsen Lab stuff, but this Ubuntu Cinnamon distro sounds interesting. And where can I donate?
Yeah, I don't know. You'll have to wait. Anyway, Colin, you had something?
Carlos, do you know if they have a web page up or anything like that?
Like I said, Joshua, I'm an interested party, and I'm kind of helping him out with. I got the Telegram channel running, Telegram group. So if you want, the Telegram group is just search for Ubuntu Cinnamon at the moment, and you can join up that. It's public at the moment, so you can go there, and he's already a member of it, as am I. And you can go ahead and start asking questions there and get answers directly from the source.
I would like to raise a quick concern and warning about the Nitrix website. They do have full new window pop-up ads that occur sometimes, so please be wary of that.
On what?
On their website, on their homepage. So every now and then when you click, you'll just get a new window with some random ad in it. So be wary of that if that annoys you guys.
I was not aware of that. I am sorry.
No, it's good.
These are amazing.
Their website looks great. So
wait, do you use
chicken?
Yeah, wait, do you use AdBlock, Mike?
I use AdBlock on sometimes, yes. I use AdBlock for testing stuff because I want to see what's happening. So I go to some sites in two different browsers. One has AdBlock, one doesn't.
I will go ahead and
that website. So
I'll provide the direct download links and torrents if they have them in the pinned message. So if you guys do want to avoid that for whatever reason, you guys will be fine. But I just figured it'd be good to know.
Yeah. All right, thanks.
You're the man, chicken.
Putting it in the Telegram chat too.
And are they not PG friendly?
Most of them are, but one did come up that I don't think is, which is why yeah.
What was the name of the other distro that was mentioned? The i3. What was the name of it?
Regular.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I'm like you.
Regular.
Yeah, Regolith.
Regulus.
REGOLITH.
Regular.
Yep, Regolith.
Linux in their names. What is up with this?
Yeah, that's
It's fantastic.
weird.
Let's name it something weird. That's the way it'll be, and it'll work.
Hashtag nerd affiliations. Hashtag nerd references.
There's so many great names. You know, there's if you think about it, there's a ton of great names. I mean, who doesn't love to say Herbsloof?
So I'm just throwing this out there, but I would like to hear what the outgoing plans are for everyone from Self tomorrow. What are you gonna do before you leave?
Well, for me, I'm going to be leaving Monday. So if Sunday night or Sunday all day tomorrow, there are still things going on till at least in the afternoon, and then we're just going to chill out and have some fun.
For me, we have 2 talks tomorrow. I have to go tomorrow, unfortunately, but I do miss my kids, so I can't wait to be back with them. But there are 2 talks tomorrow we're going to hit before I leave. Eric, the IT guy, has one. Noah has one. I can't wait to watch those. Then I'm unfortunately going to have to say goodbye to Rocco and Zeb and everyone here, which is going to make me very sad. But it's amazing we had this opportunity, to begin with. So,
Eric, what's your talk going to be about?
Tomorrow's talk is busting open security myths. Wow, let me try that again.
Back up.
I wrote the thing, and I don't even know. It's busting security myths with open source. So we're going to be looking at issues like because the code is open, it's less secure, and kind of talking about why that's not true and why open source versus proprietary is actually more secure than otherwise.
Nice. What's your plans for leaving then? Like, when are you leaving?
So I'm going to have to leave about mid-afternoon, so I'm going to miss the last couple of talks. I'll have to catch them online. But hoping to catch lunch with a few people and then head home. And my significant other and I are going to be moving this week, and hoping to get my desk and microphone and everything set up as quickly as possible, because I've missed you all.
Nice.
Maybe not Michael, but
don't make me another selfie. Come back to Biddle, all right?
Nice.
For the record, Rocco pinned me up against a wall and threatened to install Windows on my laptop if I didn't show up tonight. So I was like, okay, we're having dinner with my girlfriend's family, but we will cut it short. We will come back, so I'm here on time.
Priorities. See, I'm glad somebody else is saying that, because everyone says, "Oh, Rocco's so nice." You heard it. He pinned Eric against the wall and threatened him in order to get him to come here. That's
He's got an
aimbot, so how do you argue with him?
Ooh. Wasn't me this time.
Zeb, what's plans, man?
Well, like yourself, I'm still looking forward to a full day at Self tomorrow. I'm going to be trying to chat with as many people as I can, just take in the whole atmosphere and soak it up as much as possible. Because then Monday morning, I start to get a bit sad because I've got to leave this wonderful country and the people that I've met here. But yeah, it's been a fantastic experience, and yeah, like Ryan, I'm starting to miss my family at home. But I guarantee you, as soon as I get home, I will miss my family.
Michael,
I'm actually going to be leaving a little early. I'm only going to be going 2 talks, just like Ryan, because I have a flight pretty much right in the middle of the day, so I have to.
That sounds like poor planning to me.
Yeah.
Well, it costs an
Priorities?
extra $100 to stay 3 more hours. So I was like, I'm cheap. So,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna miss the experience of it, because it's definitely something that I enjoyed coming to do every year, and every year I've been coming is getting better and better every time, and it's the dynamic, and especially with you coming and Zeb coming, and it just changes it so much, because you get to hang out with people and everything. And it's the first time I've met Eric, and it's a fun experience to we can hang out and talk about stuff, and have everybody troll me all the time. Such a great experience.
We love you, Michael.
Well, look,
I can't wait till next year for more trolling.
Coming down the hallway this afternoon, it's so awesome because you get to meet everybody, and that's awesome. But you also get to meet total strangers that you've never talked to before. And
that's awesome.
I'm walking down the hallway, and this guy's walking, and we're almost walking step in step. And I just, looked over, and I said to him, "Hey, how you doing?" And he's like super friendly. He's like, "Hey, how are you?" And I'm like, "I'm doing great, man." And it's like, and I can mention Linux and not have people look at me like I got 3 heads,
Yeah. The hallway track stuff is one of the best things about this particular conference. I've been to a couple different conferences in Linux based. Like Linux Northwest is very corporate, and it kind of feels like you're at a Microsoft's backyard conference thing. And this one feels like the people here, everybody here is interested in Linux in some way. Not everybody's a desktop user, but the majority of them is not here just because a company told them to do it. So most time, everybody so far I've met have been here because they want to be, and that's a fantastic experience in comparison to some other conferences. So having people come up to you and like introduce themselves because they know that you have a Linux connection, especially when you wear a Linux shirt, and they know that you're here for the conference and everything. So it's a very fun experience. And I think the most interesting experience is that once you start doing podcasting and then people meeting you and being stopped, and like they see you and they come and like stop you and try to introduce themselves, like that is a fantastic experience. Like I love that. Like I actually made a thing on a note on a previous episode of This Week in Linux. If you see me itself, please introduce yourself, because I don't know if I don't want to be like, "Hey, I'm Michael. That's do you watch my podcast?" I actually have done a few times, but I didn't want to do it to everyone. So it's really cool of people to just kind of stop me in the hallway and introduce themselves because of that. And there's a few even said the reason why they did it is because they saw me tell them to do it in the podcast. So that was pretty fun.
So you don't say I run Arch, you say I do podcasts.
Are we talking about me or Michael? Because I say I run Arch. Just
nobody was mentioning you, Ryan.
okay.
I was going to say
he typically does both. He says both.
Rocco,
back to back.
Did you mention how we were going to troll Das Geek?
Nobody would be brave enough to troll me in person.
The plan was I had a Google Home Mini that I had received from Google free because of my loyal support.
Of course, we know why you would get it for free. You're the #1 customer.
So I received this from them, and I never even opened it because I don't want it. I don't want it in my house. So the plan was, and it was from Dark One's suggestion, which was pretty awesome, was to give it to you down here. But I found a better home for it. So somebody would actually use it.
Because you know what I would do with that? It actually would have been great, because on this stream, I would have taken my laptop out that door right there and set it on fire. And let everyone watch that fire where it burned.
I'm just calling Rocco. You seriously missed an opportunity.
Wow.
Here.
Wait, so we're promoting e-waste here. Oh, Das Geek.
Can I go ahead and butt in real quick? I'm super sorry.
You can.
But we might not be able to do Nitrix because they require a PayPal link, and it's charging €75, and I can't find anywhere on the site.
Wow.
That's
Point
not good.
0.75 euro.
0.75, sorry. But the other thing is, I've
0.75.
like this
That's
is all
75.
this is all super new because I downloaded it like 6 months ago, and none of this was here, so I'm not really sure what happened.
All
right, so then let's skip Nitrix. Okay,
Yeah, let's not do that.
We're not going to put up with that.
Well, if you want to get around it, I already paid it and uploading it to my Google Drive. And
Arch is free. Look, I think it's about time, honestly, I think it's about time we do Puppy Linux.
All right, let's do it.
Just
prophetic.
It'll be much easier for everybody. It'll be more interesting for people. So this week we'll try Puppy Linux.
Let's do it.
And
Also,
prophetic,
do the puppy.
up on the floor right now.
I was going to say, prophetic, this one's for you.
Yeah, I do also point out there are
I
multiple.
would just like to say I did it for you, buddy. I'm sorry you're not here. But
Wait, Harris is here.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. we're running out of time, so
Yes.
let's
Yes, we are.
get.
Like one more story because it's great. We're talking about the hallway track.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell a story about how we found Zeb.
Let's do it.
Okay, so there, we were going to lunch and we couldn't find Zeb. He was nowhere near. He was right behind us, and all of a sudden he was gone. We were like, "Where is he?" And Ryan was like, "Oh, we'll just throw up a beacon like Batman. How are we gonna get Zeb?" So he pulls out his phone and starts playing the British anthem,
Fake news. Didn't happen at all.
And it has the Union Jack in the phone, so he's just holding it up in the air. He's like, in the middle of the hotel lobby. He's like, he's going to see this. He doesn't even know it's happening, but he feels it. It's going to bring the presence of Zeb. And then within about 45 seconds of it playing, Zeb comes walking down the hallway.
So
It's perfect.
I would just like to put a little bit of context to that. I had been offered. So I had been offered to test a System 76 laptop. So I've been given this wonderful machine that is pure American muscle as far as laptops are concerned. So I was given it to use for the weekend and test. So I go in there to buy some raffle tickets for a Pogo 20 terabyte box. Put the laptop down, because I can't write the name 24 times with a laptop in my hands. Take the tickets, walk out. I'm now heading back towards the guys, and all of a sudden my brain goes, ding, where's this laptop? And I had this 30-second moment of palpitations. I'm going to keel over. I'm going to have a heart attack, until I went back in to where they sold the raffle tickets. And there it was, sitting safely where I'd left it. And it was like, whoo. So that's why I was late coming down the corridor. But what was really funny is, as soon as I walked out the door, I spotted this Union Jack on the phone. And it was like, yeah, there's the boys. Let's get over there. It was fantastic.
Nice.
All right. So
signal.
That's probably going to wrap us up. We're way late.
Yeah.
So if we can just get our last words in, that would be great. Peter, last word.
I'm on holiday this week. I'm really enjoying it after a really hectic time of work. Going to Chicago next week. That'll be fun. And great show, guys. Hey, it's been a roller coaster tonight.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Kevin, last word.
I mean, the stream's been in and out tonight. Thanks everybody who sticked with us.
Yes.
It's been great. It's nice having people itself to relay the experience to the rest of us who are living vicariously through you. Yeah, it's been a good night. Thanks, guys.
All right, Vash, last word.
So Puppy is a pretty hefty download here, 330 megs.
Whoa.
But
Whoa.
see how that goes.
Man.
But
Good luck
thanks
with
for the
that,
stream. It's been interesting.
Yeah.
Have to tap out.
Nate, sir, last word.
Hey, thanks again for having me. It's been fun. A little weird today, but it's been fun. And I'll see you next week with my puppy along.
A little?
Yeah, a little. Might be an
Okay.
You know.
Carlos, last word.
Great to be on here. First time on the show. And, my last word, Nesbit.
Ryan, last word.
Well, I just want to say it's been awesome seeing you, Rocco, and Zeb, and spending time with you. And by the way, I run Arch.
All right. Look, I think my mic's working now.
Yeah. Go ahead, Rocco.
Well, I'd just like to say that it's been a fantastic time here at Self. Thank you, Dan, back in the studio, for ploughing through for us like a real trooper. You've earned your wings tonight. And everybody here in America, in Self, it's been an absolute dream. And I won't be able to catch you next year because I'm going to Australia with my wife. Colin, watch out. I'm coming for you, son.
Yeah, there you go.
we'll see you next week when it should hopefully all be back to normal, and I'll be back in the UK, missing my American family.
Awesome. All right, who we got next? Vash?
No, we've done Vash.
Oh, we did.
Dark one.
Matt?
I just want to say I wasn't able to go to South this year to meet you guys. It was like a lot of fun, but I'm glad you guys were able to meet. Thank you for putting up with the technical difficulties for those that stayed. Dan done a heck of a job dealing with this. I know it's not easy. And just as always, Rocco, thanks for helping with this community and showing that the community really is just that awesome.
Agreed.
Yeah, thanks.
Austin, do you have a last word you want to say? All right, we'll move on. Joe, last word.
Well, thank you for having this tonight. I was this close to being there with you guys, but at least I'm with you guys in some format. Zeb, I know you're a little busy and preoccupied, but I wanted to show you this. This is something you got to try when you come back to America next time. Some good old-fashioned raviolis, buddy. But no, anyway, I'm really glad that you guys were able to pull this off. I've been enjoying the streams that you've been putting out and everything that's been happening. And I really do love this community. I love this group of people here, and I think if you could pull a biddle together, it would certainly, in the middle of the country, I think that would be amazing. And like you said earlier, Dave, and I think it was said even by EB earlier today, if we all win the lottery, I think all of us feel the same way. We would buy everybody a plane ticket and get together, no matter where in the world it would be, because it's fabulous.
Absolutely.
And I got one other question, Zeb. How do you feel being here without the other half of the Peppermint Twin? Anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Chris, last word, brother.
Hey, okay. Hopefully this mic isn't too low tonight. Man, I took have gone down there, but work was on, and hopefully that can meet up. And then I may miss next week only because it's field day for and the ham radio operators are going to be working their butts off for 24 hours, and I don't know if I'll be able to pull away from our station to get the stream. However, I was planning to put a blog up for this for my favorite distro, and I may put my experiences with Puppy up on maybe my first Linux video. I don't know. I've been threatening to make a Linux video for a while. Maybe that'll be the one. But anyway, safe travel to everybody who's heading home. Happy Father's Day to everybody who's in the U.S. and celebrating Father's Day tomorrow. And stay safe and keep dry.
All right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, sir.
Colin, last word.
Yeah, I'd just like to say I've really enjoyed watching the videos you guys have uploaded. It's just absolutely awesome watching you guys being together. It's just great. And I was even showing the missus, and like you said, Rocco, she looked at me like I had three heads. Just trying to explain who's who. But I was just really pumped and excited to see you guys together. That is sensational. And Dan, you've got the patience of a saint tonight, mate, and you've done an absolutely sensational job. And it's very difficult circumstances tonight, I must say. And I've just really enjoyed, even though we haven't really had a lot to say tonight, just hearing your stories and what's going on over there. I'd love to be there one day. Not sure when, but be great. So thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of your time itself, guys.
Thanks, Colin.
Dave, last word.
Like Colin said, major kudos to Dan for doing an incredible job tonight. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to see all you guys at Self. It's been a pleasure meeting the new guys who popped on from Self. And I don't know, Arch Linux for the win.
Yeah. Paul, last word.
Great show, everybody. This one's for you, Zeb.
I hate to say it, but Michael, but it's your last word.
Oh, word, not words. I'm sorry. Okay. So now that I have the mic, do you have like at least 2 hours?
No, we don't.
Okay. I'll just say, good job, Dan. Thank you for taking over, doing a better job than Rocco could. So that's good.
I don't know about that.
And unfortunately, Zebkit won't be joining us next year, but I look forward to seeing most of you, hopefully, next year. So that'd be awesome. And also, by the way, I'm going to run Arch.
Nice.
All right, Barb, last word.
I really wish I'd been there. It seems like you guys are having a great time. And thank you, Dan, for dealing with all the trials and tribulations of keeping this thing going tonight. And this was great. This was a fun time tonight.
Thanks, Barb.
You're welcome.
Bill, last word.
Hey, Dan, like I said in the chat, thank you for doing this. It was crazy, a crazy situation, and you did an incredible job. And the only other thing is thanks to the Biddle and Destination Linux communities for getting together and getting Zeb here. And then just awesome, and thanks, Rocco, again.
Chicken, last word.
Hi, it's me, and this was fun.
Thanks, Chicken.
I love it. All right, JJ, last word.
Yeah. Sorry I couldn't make it this year. Hopefully at some point in the future of when I become more of an adult, I'll probably have some more freedom and pick you guys out. By the way, don't forget, if you guys want the post show, don't forget to go to the Discord if you want to talk about Linux after the show.
By the way, did Thomas not get his mother's approval to be here tonight, or never mind? Tony, last word.
I'd just like to say thanks to Dan for keeping this going with all the difficulties. I think that Rocco had some dealings in it somehow, but I don't know how he managed it. But I'm sure he must have.
That's good.
It was great to be part of this and to see the videos that the guys at Self have put out about when Zeb first met everybody. It was really fantastic to watch. I think Colin nailed it with his comments on that. I look forward to a normal Biddle next week.
Yeah, let's try for that.
Hey, I just want to say I apologize for all of the interruptions, all of the loud background noise, all that you have to have put up with today, Dan. I'm really sorry, but I think it was really important to get it.
Yeah, it was. And we've had some good experiences, so I have to apologize, too, for technical difficulties on my end. But that's okay. We'll keep moving.
And let's hope nobody else insults us by calling us normal.
Yeah,
right?
I'm far from that.
E-Keys, you have a last word?
I do. It was really great that everybody was able to get here at Self. This is my first time at Self. It was fun seeing everybody together in one place. And they say never meet your heroes, but I have no regrets.
Nice. Very nice. Jackie, last word? No? Okay. Pete, last word? Can't hear you. Hold on. Can only stretch so far.
It's been great. I'm the Self. Oh, it's working. Okay.
Yeah.
But it's been too short, and it doesn't happen often enough. So.
Very true.
I'll be leaving midday tomorrow. I've got to leave it. I got a flight leaving at 4, so I got to head over to the airport probably around 2:30 or so. So.
All right. Enjoy the rest.
Mr. IT guy.
Well, it's been great meeting everybody. I mean, I've been looking forward to this for months. And a word of advice: if you decide to come to Self next year and you want to be a speaker, don't submit 3 talks hoping that one would get accepted, because I did that, and I'm talking all 3 days. So, word of advice.
Michael, did you do that?
So Michael said he did the same thing for 2, but I think he bribed his way in.
He might have.
So safe travels to everyone. Happy Father's Day. And by the way, I run Arch.
Well played.
All right. Eris, last word?
I'm sorry that I missed most of the stream.
Wait. I got one question for you. Did you only come on here because we were going to try Puppy Linux?
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
The earliest I was able to join. Oh, and thank you, Ryan, for the videos. And Puppy Linux for the win.
Zeb, did you get a last word? I think I got everybody. It's hard to tell when there's so many people on the screen.
Yeah.
Did anybody not get a last word? Dan.
Yeah. I think you did get everybody. And thanks for your patience. Thanks to you, Rocco, for making this happen. And I really look forward to next week when you're back and we're streaming from your place.
Okay. All right. I would like to thank everybody in this community for being here and being themselves every day. It's pretty awesome. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to my dad. I love you. And we will see you next week. The challenge this week is Puppy Linux. Until then, you're all going to love it. Until then, long live Linux.
Long live
Later.
Hey, everyone.